welcome to the team call. So tonight we are talking a little bit about tracking your behaviors, a little bit beyond the business activity tracker. And I know, Dana, you mentioned kind of reviewing that. So do we want to back up a little bit? Do you want to just show, do you want me to pull that up?
Let's back up real quick.
Okay.
Because I think this is beneficial for especially the newer coaches we have on.
Yes. Do you have it available on your screen, or do you want me to? Let me find it. Let me think about this for a second. Okay.
If I can zoom out of your screen.
That is not it.
I'm pretty sure I do. I have it on my desktop somewhere.
I have so many documents. Those are all old. I can get it offline.
For those who worry about organization, you should see our desktops.
My files, I just want to delete the whole thing. All right, let me pull it up here. Hold on, you guys don't need to.
We can just post a link to the team page if you want. I'm trying to open, but my computer's spinning. So I can just cover the basics of it and we can post it to the team page because newer people are going to need it anyways. And older ones, if they haven't grabbed it yet.
I can grab it. It's just a matter of getting into the page where it is. Okay. Open Sesame. Got it. All right. So go ahead, Dana. Do a brief recap for.
Okay, hold on. Now I have to open your screen.
Oh. You guys can't see my screen?
No, on mine, I zoomed it out so I could see my desktop.
Oh.
Okay, so for new coaches, this is what we call the business activity tracker. And this, if you are short on time or you don't know where to start when you sit down to start working on your business, this is the thing that we eat, sleep, and breathe by. It is what creates momentum in our business. It's what create results in our business. And it is just the vital behaviors of what we need to be doing every day as coaches. Just like if you kind of have a task to-do list that you are required to do at a normal job, this is basically like the bread and butter of building our business. So the basics. And this is a new business activity tracker that has been kind of tried and tested with a lot of coaches before corporate actually announced this, because it is updated to kind of work with stories and things that were not on the original one. But we will post this to the team page, a link, in case you don't have it so that you can print out. I suggest just printing out a bunch of copies of it so that you can write on it every week and throw it out at the end of the week, or keep them if you want to track your progress. But I know, Annalisa, also, I think you laminated yours so that you can write on it with an expo marker. So first and foremost, always focusing on you and your journey first. So being proof the products work, working out, drinking your Shakeology, sharing that journey on social media, talking about it in your Instagram stories, which is down in the next section as well. But without this business, so just think about if you were someone that was trying to promote makeup. I don't know if you have any unique presenters on your social media feed, but if you see these women, they're always doing live videos, makeup tutorials, showing pictures of what they're rocking, right? And we as coaches, our bodies and our journeys are basically our businesses, right? It is not about being perfect. It is not about having a six pack, but this is about showing up and being on your journey, being real, being relatable, sharing how this is transforming you, right? But also making sure that you're taking care of you and your self-care, because without that, and without that feeling of that transformation, you're not going to feel very inspired and passionate to be sharing this with other people, right? Also thinking about the fact that consistency on your journey is what builds your credibility. It is what builds people's trust in you to know that they can come to you for help with these things. It's why we don't have to be certified nutritionists or fitness experts. All of that is created for us. We just show up and follow it every day, right? So checking yourself off first on the list every single day is number one. Number two, and this is probably, if this is something you struggle with and have a fear, I would suggest reaching out to your coach to kind of chat through this process. about like how you can be sharing things or getting creative ideas, or scroll through some of the vet coaches on the team to see how they're sharing things. But the number one thing, this is adding to your network. So if you're not adding to your network, meaning like you're adding friends on Facebook and you're connecting with new people on Instagram, Kelly Riley, I'm coming back to you about this, because there's a great training in the Beachbody Champions page from, who is it? I can't even think of the name now. Amy Rada, I think.
For Instagram?
What's that?
For the Instagram one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Amy Rada.
So if you really want to kind of learn how to do this, because there is like a method and a madness to it, but of course, consistently posting every day, but making your photos attractive and engaging, but networking is like the biggest component of this, right? Because if you are not constantly adding and connecting with new people, you are going to eventually run out of people to talk to and connect with and invite. And that is a big obstacle in businesses, right? So we have to continue to have new eyes on things we're sharing and new people to talk to and connect with. So your first thing on there, and there are suggested time frames in here, but is to initiate connections and add new followers. So if you are someone that is working on just one social media platform, and or you're like super short on time, these time frames, just keep in mind that they're a suggestion for like most effective work. But if you only have 5 minutes that day, it's better than doing none at all, right? So make this work for you. Or if you have a day where you can't do this at all, double up on a day that you can. Does anybody have questions, especially new coaches, about adding to your network? I can't see everybody, so if you do, just chime in. We can do a whole nother call on this for new coaches and a new coach training, but we want to like run through the basics.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, I'm sure new coaches are like, what? Like, how do we do that? But let's just kind of go through the criteria and give people a little bit of direction there.
Yes, new coach training calls. So quick reference on Facebook, it's great to add friends of friends that don't have friends that are coaches, and or from like, interest groups that you are in, maybe things to do with moms in your area, mothers from your school. If you're into hiking, biking, running, whatever, getting in interest groups and connecting with new people from there is a great option as well.
Hey, Dana.
Yep.
Just really quick on that, just to, because I was talking to someone on my team about this the other day. A really good way to do that is to go to your friends on your Facebook page and to the ones that you relate most to, you have the most in common with, and then go to their friends list and literally just scroll down and see what kind of pictures they post and things like that. And it's just boom, add friend, add friend, add friend. So it's not so haphazard, and it's actually based on like some logic behind it.
Yep. I do the same thing, but I do add a lot from mom groups.
And say, just go on for Instagram, guys, like hashtag something that's you, like hashtag whatever, like type 1 diabetes is me, or, something that is relatable and what you would be your network, and then just go down. And the nice thing is you see all their pictures. So if something pops out to you, go to their page. And if they look like someone that you'd be interested in, then like them. It's super easy on Instagram, because very quickly, immediately you can go to whatever your niche is, or your something you love, hashtag vegetable gardening, go there. And if it seems something that pops out to you, then you can very quickly find people in seconds.
Hashtag vegetable gardening. Yes.
Another quick way to add new people on Instagram is to go to an influencer page that you follow. So maybe it's like a brand like J. Crew or Banana Republic or whatever, or like a blogger you follow, and click on one of their posts and or their followers and go through and look at the people you may connect with. And then you can, the rule is 5, 3, 1. So like 5 photos, comment on 3, follow on 1. So we're not going to get into that because this is not an Instagram call, but going to search through other people's followers on Instagram of accounts you like is a great way to find new people.
Yeah, essentially for new coaches and everyone on this team who is not networking every single day, you want to do this because eventually the people who are watching you are going to max out. You're going to get all the people who want to get involved with you, and the people who don't want to may down the road, but you need to constantly create this funnel of new people, new eyes on your stuff. So definitely important step every single day.
I also kind of forgot, like when I first started, that to also look at my family and like my family life. So like I'm in an interracial family, so I look at other couples and other families like that, and that will draw them to you too. Or if you're a twin, or if you're a boy mom or a girl mom, or if you're a college student, like look up that type of stuff too to look at for your market.
Yes, where branding comes in so important.
Okay, social media posts that showcases the benefits of your healthy lifestyle. I wish that it would also say coaching in there. So
What's that?
Jot that in there on your own. But sharing something about this journey, whether it is sharing your workout, sharing something you're going through, sharing something about coaching, that has a type of call to action in it. Maybe it's something that you are inviting to. Maybe you're inviting to a challenge group. Maybe you're inviting to a sneak peek. Maybe it just has a call to action to like reach out to you if they want to chat more about something, or if they're struggling with something similar and they need someone to connect with. There are so many different ways to do call to actions that don't necessarily always have to be a direct invite to something, but it makes people take action rather than just scroll, like, and keep going, if that makes sense. The next part is to update your Instagram story throughout the day. It's pretty self-explanatory on there. Daily life, what are you doing? You know, what's your routine look like? Your kids, your family, your hobbies, whatever. Workout clips, being proof the product works in there every single day. Using a product, so sharing your Shakeology or your Energize, but maybe not calling it that, maybe having no label on it, to kind of create that curiosity. Healthy meal prep, or whatever it is you're eating. It could be when you're snacking on the go, or you've made something healthy for your family, sharing those recipes, you know, asking people, have they ever made something like this? But sharing, again, that you are being a product of the product with the nutrition plan as well. An invitation, promote group, or a poll, or a call to action. So polls, you can put an option up about anything, and you kind of get to know things about your audience that you may or may not already know. It can be about anything. It doesn't have to be about coaching or food. I put polls in my Instagram stories all the time. It can even be something funny that's going on in your life and just saying like, do you relate to this? But the more that you ask those questions, the more that you will get to know who are the people that are just like you. And then invitations. So you can put an invitation into coaching in there. You can put an invitation into your challenge groups. And you can do that in a number of ways. You can actually have slides that are inviting to something, or you can just write things on a video or a photo you are sharing, right? So just kind of getting in the action of not just sharing, but giving people an opportunity to know that they can join you. And then recognition or shout out. So if you are brand new and you don't have a team, or you don't have, you know, challengers yet that you are celebrating their victories or recognition, things like that, you can easily just celebrate the things that are going on in your challenge groups, or celebrate something that you're going through on your own journey, a non-scale victory, that you've lost 10 pounds, that you avoided buying Reese's at the checkout line today. Like, there are so many different ways to do recognition, and feel free, when you see recognition posted in our team page, you can take that and go share it in your stories if you want to, because the wins of our team are the wins of every single person. And it just shows that you are coming from a team that is having success, right? That people want to be a part of. Okay, next thing. Respond to all new likes, comments, and views. So responding to likes of posts that you've made on Facebook and or Instagram. Responding to the comments. Now, this is really important because this affects your algorithms. Like, the more that you comment back to people and create interaction on your content, the more they bump your posts up in the feeds for people to see it. So it's not just creating community and engagement with the people that are following you, and friendships, you know, building those relationships, but it's also helping the things you share be seen more. And then responding to views. So this can be going through your Instagram story views, seeing who's following those and connecting with any new people that you see, and or continuing on building relationships with people that you've already connected with. Inviting at least 5 people to join a challenge group or to learn about the coaching opportunity. So it's always important to have something to be inviting to. Transform 20 just started this week, so you still can be inviting to that if you're needing to help more people this month, right? You could also be inviting to a free group if you're ever going to run one of those. And we have a sneak peek coming up next Sunday, so that's a fantastic thing to be inviting to right now. And I do just want to say, everybody does this a little differently. It is good to be inviting to a challenge group and coaching every single day, but feel free when a sneak peek is coming up, if you only have a certain amount of time, to be inviting to coach sneak peeks, right? Because if somebody is new and they're diving into the opportunity, they're gonna be signing up to join your challenge group anyways, if that makes sense. So be mindful of the time that you have and what you need to be inviting to, meaning that you know what is coming up to invite to. If you need samples of scripts and things, we have those in our new coach training as well. And or reach out to your upline coach and just ask them, how do I invite somebody, right? Follow up with people you've invited, pretty self-explanatory. When you've sent an invite out to somebody, whether they are responsive or non-responsive, or you've started talking about their goals, their interests, whatever, making sure that you are following up with those conversations, because otherwise people fall through the pipeline. People are busy. They have things going on. Maybe they saw your message and didn't get to respond. Or maybe they have some fears or misconceptions or things that you need to help them work through. Or an objection you have to overcome so that you can help them see that this is something they can be successful with too. So making sure you're following up with those conversations every day. Getting people results. So we always say your job doesn't begin until the day people actually sign up, right? Because yes, it is hard work doing what we do, but at the same time, when people enter a challenge group, it is our job to help celebrate them, cheer them on, check in on them, see how they're doing, and help them get results, right? And the same with coaching. So that's pretty self-explanatory. And if, like I said, again, if you're a new coach and you don't have people to check in on yet, you can use that time for whatever you want, but use it also to make sure you personally check into your challenge group and post your photos and share what you're doing. Recognize achievement. We already kind of covered that with the whole stories thing. I don't think I need to go over that again. But if you are someone that is growing customers and or a team, that's a great time to celebrate little wins, big wins that people are having in their journey or their business. Responding to questions from coaches and customers. I don't really personally feel like that needs its own category, because if you're in your inboxes every day and doing all of that, I typically respond to all those messages at the same time. But it might be checking into a team page and doing that too. Personal development. Your business will not grow without personal development. We cannot make our businesses grow more than we grow ourselves. It is so, so, so important to find personal development that speaks to you, the things you need to work on, the things you struggle with, the things in your mindset that you need to kind of develop to a greater capacity. Maybe that's confidence, maybe it's consistency, whatever it is, but making sure that that personal development is a part of your routine every single day, whether you're listening to books on Audible, you're reading before you go to bed, or you're listening to podcasts while you drive. Just make sure you get that in, because it affects our energy and our mindset and our momentum and our abilities so, so much. So that's it.
Cool. And then they just kind of track number of new followers. You just want to make sure that you're growing and not crashing. Like, I check my Instagram following all the time. Like, what's happening in there? Am I being consistent? How many new challengers did you get that week? And that week, and how many new coaches, how many success score points are you at? Some people keep a binder of these forms, so you can just flip back to the previous week and see how you're going. Guys, I promise you, if you're a part-time coach, this will be your golden nugget. Keep this paper right on the side of your desk or in your phone. Like, upload the PDF in your phone and check things off throughout the day, and just make sure before you lay your head down at night that those things are checked off, and your business will progress. I promise. So there's a list there just for keeping names and whatever. Just many of us keep a notebook, but they threw that sheet in there as well, which I think is great. But it's cool that you can just kind of check them off as you go, or you can print them and check them off, or you can be like me and laminate. All right. That is bare boned. If you're a new coach, start there. Okay. Stay on the call and see what's coming. But if you're a new coach, start there. Don't worry about anything else other than getting those boxes checked off during the day, because when you do that, your business will naturally grow. If you are a goal-driven person, we're going to talk about a little bit more about this because we call January is a great time to start as a new coach, because you have the entire year to grow a business that will improve on last year. So, for example, if you were not a coach last year, you can only go up in this business, and you have great potential for being an elite coach in your first year if you work towards it. So what they did this year, as many of you guys know, is the Road to Elite. They're basically giving us milestones so that we don't go through the whole year and then come September and be like, where am I at? What do I need to do in the next 4 months to hit elite, and freak out? So what they're doing is giving us these milestones: team builder, team leader, premier leader, elite leader. It is up to you to decide how fast you want to run, if you want to achieve this in the year, etc. But they give us these kind of qualifications, but then it's like, all right, what steps can I break it down even farther into? So, dun, da, 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 they give us the trackers. Literally for every milestone on this Road to Elite now, guys, they have a tracker for it. So let's say you set a date and you're like, I want to be a team builder by the first quarter of the year. You're going to be looking to achieve these milestones, okay? It tells you 25 leadership points. Okay, what the heck does that mean, right? Number 2, 1,000 5-week cumulative TV from your weak leg. This is like Greek to some people, I know. Diamond rank, and 1 new Emerald coach in 2019. Guys, if 1 new Emerald coach in 2019 is your goal, we are in trouble. There should be a heck of a lot of Emerald coaches within this team developed in 2019. But that is the bare minimum for this. So think of developing an Emerald coach like every single month at least. Okay, so let me just break this down. So team builder, I'm not going through the nitty gritty of this, guys, because they do have trainings on it. But what they're saying is step 1, here is how you reach that first, check off that first qualification. 25 leadership points means you hit Success Club every single month, and you check off at least 2 of these ABCD boxes. Okay, what does that mean? You hit Success Club and you have at least 1 2018 or 2019 PS coach qualify for Success Club. So you need to know who are your coaches that enrolled in 2018, who are your coaches that enrolled in 2019. They count for this category. If they achieve Success Club, you can check off box A, all right, in January. Have at least 1 2019 personally sponsored coach earn 1 Success Club point in the month that they enroll or the month after. So the month they enroll or the month after, they have to hit 1. So you need to be on top of who are your coaches every single month. Who are your new coaches in 2019? If that happens, check off B. When that happens, right? This is how you set goals, guys, because you're not just going to wait for it to happen. You're going to say, okay, who's my 2019 coach? Okay, Anna, I don't know. Okay, I need to help Anna hit 1 Success Club point, or even better, I need to help Anna achieve Success Club in her first month as a coach. That is how you can help them hit their goals so that you can also achieve your goals too, right? These need to be people that have those goals in line for their business.
Lisa?
Yeah.
Can I just jump in really quick? Christine just asked me, where can everybody print these off from?
Oh, they are now, if you FAQ in the Coach Online office, you have to be really exact when you type it in, which is really annoying in the FAQ in Coach Office, but Team Builder Tracker. And then the next one is Team Leader Tracker.
Too, so you know.
What?
I said I just put it in the files of the team page today too. Perfect.
Yep. So then there's the Team Leader one, and then there's one called, where did I put it? It's hiding. No, it's Premier and Elite Goal Guide, I think it's called.
Yeah.
They should be here.
I can put those on the team page too.
Okay, so they're all in the files of the Empowered Elite.
This one
Yes.
we're going over right now is.
Okay, thanks.
The other ones we can get added.
I'm sometimes when I screen share, things like disappear completely. So I'll have to pull it up in a minute. But yes, I can post them too. They will be easily accessible. So basically, guys, they're telling you, okay, you can check off at least 2 of those boxes every single month and hit Success Club, and you're on the road to Team Builder. Obviously, the more coaches that do that, the more points you're getting. And remember, this is like for the year if you want to be Team Builder for the year. So if you want to do it in the quarter, you kind of got to up your point accumulation. And we can kind of figure out how to do that, but I didn't go that in depth yet to figure out how many things you need per quarter. But basically, it's a way to say, am I consistent? Am I engaging in the activities that I need to engage in? And where is my business at? The other one you can do is hit Success Club 10. So basically up here, where it says qualify for Success Club by selling 3 challenge packs, you check off the Success Club box, but if you sell 2 additional challenge packs, you're technically Success Club 10. So set yourself a monthly goal. I'm going to hit Success Club 10. That's something I'm in control of, and that's going to help me build my leadership points. And then the last one is a little harder to track, but paying attention to keeping 3 2019 customers or coaches on Shakeology or Performance Line shipment. So just know who your 2019 coaches and challengers are, and just kind of be checking in with them. Are they staying with their auto ship? It's all about retention, right? We want people to fall in love with Shakeology, fall in love with the Performance Line, and stay the course with their programs. Okay, so that's the leadership point component. This is going to be the same in like the next tracker too. So, but it's just about kind of leveling up. This one, guys, honestly, I never really measured this. It sort of happens naturally as your business grows, the volume grows. So if you're sticking to like hitting your Success Club and having your team hitting Success Club, you're going to see these numbers grow. But basically a way to track. So every Thursday morning, you wake up and see what was my team volume in my week leg. And it tells you exactly in the video where to find that. But basically, you're just every Thursday jotting down how much volume is there. And after the 5 weeks, did you earn 1,000 points total? And if you did, in the month of January, you could be a team builder, if that makes sense. So you're doing it monthly. If you achieve 1,000 points cumulatively after 5 weeks in the month of January, you will check that box off. Third, rank advancing to diamond tells you exactly how to do that. They're telling you to like write down the person's name. Did they get there? Are they active? Basically 50 PV means are they active? So you can see in the Coach Online office, yep, active this week, active this week. And then developing 2 emeralds, which naturally checks off box number 4. You need to develop 1 emerald for this rank, for this, what will I call it, milestone, but you need 2 to be a diamond anyway. So if you do number 3, you will naturally do number 4. Okay? All right.
Kind of
So,
the same with 1 and 2 as well.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said it's kind of the same with 1 and 2 as well. If you really call number 1, that number 2 just happens.
Yes. So guys, don't like panic about like, oh my God, I need to know how to do all these things. Just start tracking your business and be like, where am I falling short? Okay. And then just kind of work towards these things. Like, I know I want my new coaches who join this month to hit the ground running. I want them to be success starters. I want them to earn their free ticket to Summit. I want them to reap the benefits of a new coach starting strong. And just by doing those things and showing them their wins, I'm naturally growing my business as well. Okay. Sorry guys, I don't know where it went. Let me just do this. Team leader tracker, there it is. Oops, double screen. There it is. Okay. Team leader is the same. I mean, it's the same kind of qualifications, but you're upping the ante a little bit. So if you're going for team leader, which is 1-star diamond, more leadership points, and you're kind of faster paced to get to this elite leader, you might want to just start by using the team leader tracker and follow the system the same exact way. But this time you'll see you need 50 points, and they'll tell you exactly how to do that. The changes here is having a PS coach from 1819 in the Success Club, and they're doing the following. Okay, so when you get to team leader, you're really helping your coaches on your team do this with you. I won't go through that same thing, but you need 2,500 in each week. So you're just kind of paying attention to how much you're getting there and what you need to grow. And let me just also say, guys, if I can do my screen, you guys can see this in your Coach Online office, where you're at in like January towards this later milestone and what you need to get to the next one. So I can show you that quickly too, but it's already 9:15. So anyway, the last tracker I'll show you, if I can find the goal guide. No, of course not. It's like hiding somewhere on my screen. I didn't close it and I just can't
We
find
can
it.
do a different call for that.
Yeah. So same kind of thing, guys. If you guys are on the call, there's some of you that might be going for elite. Just find the elite and premier goal guide, and it's the same setup. It's just you're upping the ante, right? So these are awesome trackers to use. And while you guys brainstorm some questions about some roadblocks and Q&A, it doesn't have to be regarding this information. I just want to show people where to see that in their coup.
You don't have it auto saved?
No way.
I'd be resetting mine every day if I didn't.
Really? Mine was the same until they started making us. Okay, so down here on the left where it says leadership ladder, click. It tells you exactly what you had last month, where you're at this month, and what milestones you need to get to the next one. So you can see right now in December, my rung was team leader. I'm working towards organization leader. And to do that, I need this list over here on the right, which it won't let me highlight, but next rung. So you can see my commissions are almost there. We're only on the 16th of the month. So that's usually checked off. Success Club, I don't know why it's saying I'm not qualified. Oh, because my order hasn't gone through yet. So Success Club 5, blah, blah, blah. It tells you the next rank you need, which I have locked in. I need personally sponsored coaches with 1 Success Club point. I need to up that in my first CBC, my volume, and the team leaders on my team. So it just tells you where you're at and where you need to go. So it's a nice little checkpoint to see where you are in your business.
I'm guessing they're going to change all that from saying leadership ladder, perhaps. Or maybe they're going to change what's in it.
Oh, like Road to Elite, you mean? Like this thing?
Like they're going to update it with the new names, I would guess.
Yeah. Because it's still kind of
basically the same as the
Yeah.
ladder, but they're just calling it something different and breaking down how you actually get there more strategically.
Yeah, the Road to Elite. Yeah, they might add in a couple different categories or whatever, but hopefully they keep it because it's a great way to just check yourself.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I hope you guys find the trackers useful. I'm going to start paying attention, but it's an awesome time to start, right? January is when you want to start using these trackers, so you don't have to look back and figure out, like, what the heck did I do in January? Do I have any points from that?
Yeah.
Etc.
Just want to stress, too, that, like, we know this, but everything in this business is consistency. And, like, if you were to look overall at a year of like, I want to be 2-star premier, like that's friggin' overwhelming, right? If you're just like, oh my God, look at all that has to be done in a year period to be able to achieve something like that. But if you're really breaking this down and hitting those small benchmarks every single month, that stuff just accrues on its own. By the end of the year, you've already locked it in, right?
Yes. So. And I will say too, guys, like the 1 year I hit premier, I didn't track it at all. So you don't have to track it to achieve it, But if you have your heart set on that goal and you're just kind of shooting in the dark, you might not hit it. But if you're really strategic about like what happened in my business, come September, you won't be surprised to be like, I'm not even close to hitting a later premiere. Like it won't be a guessing game. You'll kind of have your eye on this thing from the get-go. And like Dana said, oh my God, my jaw still hurts, guys. Like Dana said, if you're just doing the behaviors naturally and you're duplicating your business, you are on the right track. Like you hit Success Club and you teach other people how to hit Success Club, and the rest will come naturally.
I just want to throw this in there too, is if you are someone that wants to push for bigger goals and you look at your business right now and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't have any, say you don't have any personally sponsored coaches yet. That's okay. You're not lost, or you're not a lost cause. Your business is not like, throw this in the trash. It's not possible this month. And or if you do have 2018-19 PS coaches, but they're not yet earning Success Club points or hitting Success Club, that does not mean that it's not possible either. It just means that as the year progresses, you need to know that those later months in the year, you're going to need to help more coaches hit those goals than you did to make up for the time that you didn't in the beginning of the year. Does that make sense? Everybody looks so excited.
I know. It's kind of like the blah stuff, but at the same time, like you got to know this stuff in January, especially if you're going for big goals in this business.
Yeah.
Okay, let's open it up. We got like whatever, 15 minutes or so to just powwow on how things are going, what's working for you, where are you in your business? Go.
We saw some like the comment about roadblocks, so let's hear it. Let's hear them.
I know, and some of the people that said what they wanted to hear are not on the call tonight, so you can bet I'm gonna. No.
I'll say something if I.
Yeah, start us off.
So my word of the year is consistency, and actually funny, I feel like I'm hearing that everywhere now. Just because I kind of like half-assed showed up to the business and I half-assed met my goals last year. So already I was a little concerned, like going into the first 2 weeks, I was a little like, because January is kind of like a slam dunk for a lot of people. But I wasn't seeing it yet. But I have my success partner, Corey, who I don't see her on the call, but we broke it down into the 12-week year with the distinct actions. And she is like super misorganized and spreadsheet. So I love working with her. So, but it's really helped me break down those actions I need to. And so I hit SE6 and I'm like consistently showing up and talking to people every single day and just having conversations. And it's like, seriously, just break down, like, if you're struggling to like figure out what you want, like from this point on, like look at your goals, your overall goals, and then really break them down into the actions you need to take in order to achieve them. Like everything they said prior to this call, like when we talked about goals, it's so true. Like, and then show up every day. Don't make the excuse, because I've tried to make excuses 2 days in a row and I'm like, you know what? No, I made a commitment. So it's paying off. So that's not really a roadblock, but
No, I love that. I love that you share that, because consistency is what you're talking about.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I want to interject before what you said, Mary Paige, about like I want to make an excuse, but I'm committed to it. I think that when you start seeing the fruition, like what starts to happen when you show up from the consistent actions, like that you might think they're so small and you're like 1 day, 3 days, 5 days, doesn't really matter. But then when you actually start doing them and you start to feel the like momentum, and when you wake up, you have more messages in your inbox and you have more notifications and you're like, oh my God, like it really does. You start to have like the things come back in return from that, and it motivates you and gives you momentum to keep riding on, especially on those days when you don't feel like it.
Absolutely. I 100% agree to that. I was getting a little frustrated because in addition to like talking to people, but I've made a commitment to be showing up on my business page just because I've invested in that. And I'm really just in 2 weeks consistently showing up and talking about the things that like, you know, really are drawing people to me. Like I'm now starting to see people comment like, hey, I want to know what you're doing or something like that. So in addition to that, I've made it my goal to really grow my team. So I've gotten out of my comfort zone and invited the hell out of people to these coach sneak peeks. So that's like definitely going to be helping me in the future.
Yes. Love it.
I wanted to bring up a topic that I think a lot of people run into, and Ashley just gave me the idea about it, where she said she just had somebody buy 2 ultimate resets from her, but that's all they wanted. They didn't want a challenge pack or anything like that. So I think it'd be a good topic to cover is like, what if somebody only wants the Beachbody on Demand and doesn't want the challenge pack, and how can you essentially get them to realize the value of the challenge pack, both monetarily and just substance wise, to be able to, I mean, I hate using the word upsell, but sort of upsell it to what's more valuable.
I can take this one. Personally, I have always kind of focused in a way of like leading with the value, which first means that I'm asking direct questions about what it is they actually need and why they need it. So I can then connect the dots to the actual value of what it is that they need most. And that is like the total solution, right? On rare occasion, there might be someone that can't work out or that is allergic to something where it's literally just not possible that they can do the total solution. But I really, I build the value in responding to each and every question that I ask them about their goals and why they need it. And I kind of connect it emotionally as well with parts of my story or why something has helped me. So make sure to like put nuggets in there about why Shakeology has been so impactful for you or what it's done for your energy, your mindset, to fill the gaps you're not getting from food, all that kind of stuff. But also thinking about in terms of long-term maintainability, like it's fantastic to do a program like the Reset, but what's their game plan when they finish that 3 weeks? Are they just going to go back to the habits they were doing before that, before they needed a cleanse? Or do they have a game plan of what is next when they finish that 3 weeks and they feel friggin' awesome, they've lost 15 pounds, and they need a way to dive into a healthy, maintainable, long-term meal plan with Shakeology, with a fitness program, something like that, right? So thinking about like, what is the next step for them after whatever it is they're going to be doing. And then if kind of worst case scenario comes down to it, once in a while, I do have someone that is just adamant that they want what they want, and that's totally fine. I don't want to push people over the fence and not help them. If that's really, you know, I have a girl from the UK who signed up with just a Beachbody on Demand membership last month. She just like couldn't swing Shakeology, wasn't too sure about it, wanted to try the workouts, and she's fallen in love with the workouts, and she absolutely loves being a part of the community. And eventually she may want to come around to the other things, but it's a win either way. It just is like totally dependent on the person, the way you go into the conversation, the way you build the value, share the opportunity for the total solution. And if it doesn't work out, then you help them with whatever it is they need where they're at.
Yeah. I think one of the approaches that works best for me is, yes, everything Dana said, like make sure you know who you're talking to so you don't shoot yourself in the foot and you're like, oh, you want to get this with Shakeology? And they're like, I already have a vegan shake that I love. And you're like, oh, how about the performance line then? Like, right? Like you shot yourself in the foot. So ask the questions first, understand where they're at, and develop this package in your head. And then talk to them instead of, like Kelly said, like upselling, we're actually like downselling, I want to call it, without them really knowing. So I always start with a super higher priced item. Like right now, let's say it's the Transform 20 thing, and I'm telling them like you can get, I'm gonna botch this because I don't know the prices off the top of my head, but whatever the performance line, Shakeology, and Transform 20 is, and I say that is everything that I use, I can get you set up that way. Ideally, yeah, I want them to get that, and they're like, oh, that's too much. I'm like, okay, like I have 2 more options for you, right? So I'm presenting the top price, and then I'm presenting 2 more, the middle of the ground, middle of the road, and the lowest price. Most times people are going to go for the middle price from me because they don't necessarily have to be super cheap. And I'm telling them, like, you can get like just the, I don't know, whatever the thing is, but I'm presenting 3 options for them basically, and they're going to go middle of the road. So have that in your head. What are the 3 options I'm going to present these people? And they're going to pick one. And if that's still too much, you're like, okay, hey, I can get you set up with just BOD if that's what you want, but I want to make sure that I guarantee you the results that I'm getting. I'm using X, Y, and Z. So I'm telling you that's what I'm using, that's what works for me, but I'm happy to get you set up with exactly what you need, right? So go in there with more options.
I was gonna say, add to that too. That's an awesome tip. To keep the graphics in your phone so you have them on hand, so you don't go like, oh my God, I don't know what to tell this person. What are the price options? I don't know what to do. And also, when you're explaining the price to people, don't just say like, this pack is $160. Like, literally explain what things cost on their own and why it is so much cheaper to like package them together. For example, with an all access challenge pack, you're saying Beachbody On Demand alone is typically $99. Shakeology as a customer alone is typically $129 plus, $12 shipping. But if you combine this as a challenge pack, you get all of this for $160 and full access for the entire 12 months of all our fitness programs, all our nutrition plans, all access to our community of coaches and support, and you get a full month supply of Shakeology, right? So you literally have everything you need to be successful, and you save well over a certain amount of money. Like, I break it down so they see the savings rather than just like throwing a price at them.
Yes, huge. Good point. I always say like, well, you're in luck because if you bought these things separately, it would cost you this. But you're able to pack it together this month, especially on promo months. Like, that's huge.
Also, can I say one thing about like when you're having, and I know there's a lot of new coaches on, and first and foremost, like, just know it takes practice for you to get these conversations. You're not going to have these conversations right off the bat. Use your coach to develop this, like, seriously lean into them. But a lot of times when you're starting to have that conversation, the first question that comes out is, what's the cost? And I get that all the time. And you really have to like kind of back up and do that conversation. Like Dana and Annalisa were saying, like, really figure out what they really need, slow it down, because I've had to learn to slow the conversation down and figure out what it is they really need first. So, don't freak out when you get that question, what does it cost? Because clearly everyone knows you're probably trying to sell something. So, and use your coach.
Be confident, guys. Be like super confident as much as you can. And it's so hard, especially when you're new. But it's okay to not respond right away. Like when they send you things, like, you're going to see your inbox and be super excited and be like, oh my gosh, someone wants this. It's okay to wait. It's okay to wait a day. It's okay if you see it in the morning to wait at night. You don't have to be kind of the eager beaver, because this is your business and they need to kind of see that you're not just at their beck and call type thing, but just be confident. Like, I feel like the more you can be like, look, I really want to help you succeed, like everyone on my team. Like, I want to hit your goals, but in order to do that, I really want to make sure you have the right tools. Like, this is what I think would be best based upon your goals, and have those conversations with them before you go anywhere near that. Because the more you can say, I know exactly what would work for you, this is what we're going to do, they're going to trust in you and they're going to believe in you more, versus, how does this sound? Let's try this. Or what about this? Or kind of give them all the what ifs or maybes and those types of things. The more confidence you have, I find recently, I just basically tell people. I don't tell people there's a BOD option. I just tell people that there's this challenge pack. This is what you're going to get. This is what's going to work. This is what I started with. Let's crush this. And they're like, okay. But if they hear, well, you can get this or this or this or this, they're always going to take the cheapest route.
Yes, exactly. And if you start with saying like, well, you can get BOD for these programs at $99, then you're like, and you could add Shakeology to it for $160. They're like, nope, $99, please. Right? Like, wouldn't you? I'd be like, no, give me, like, I need to save some money. Give me this, because they don't really know yet what they're getting into.
The value yet.
Yeah. So exactly what Kelly said. I always just talk about challenge packs. And if they say, can I only do BOD? I say, basically, why? Like, yes, but let me, like I said, like this is what I'm using. I want to get you the best results. Try it, whatever, money back guarantee, whatever.
I
You
like to
have to
say,
have a little bit of like this sales knowledge. So like dig into trainings on these types of conversations, right? You're business people. You want to help people with our packages, but you also want to grow a lucrative business, right? So these are the conversation trainings that kind of you grow into.
I was going to say this starts to go more into the realm of overcoming objections, which we haven't done a call on that in a while, so we could totally do that, but that's a big part of this as well.
Yeah. I know it's 9:30, guys. I mean, we could powwow all night, and sorry, our tracker thing took longer than we thought. Feel free to sign off if you want to, and if you still have questions, I'm happy to stay on for anyone who wants to chat.
Can I, since we're talking about this anyways, continue on with a nugget of wisdom for this?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wait, Dana, before
yeah,
you jump on, Kelly, do you want to start our goal setting real quick?
Yeah, do you want to do that, Jenny, and the rest of the crew? Yeah, let's do that so they can get rolling.
Okay. All right. So our crew is going to sign off while you guys keep going on that.
So
bye, guys. Thanks for joining.
Bye, thanks.
Bye, ladies. So I was going to say in regards to overcoming the objection, especially when it comes to Shakeology, because that's one of the biggest ones you're going to get, right? People are used to like junky protein shakes that they bought off the wall at Walmart that like taste awful. They do nothing for them, right? And they're just filled with a bunch of fillers that do absolutely nothing for them health-wise either. So good night, boo. So I just wanted to say in regards to Shakeology, one of the best things that you have is your story and your testimonial of what it's done for you. But the second component of that is like, there's a video on how to share Shakeology. You can Google it. It's by Shay Sanford. I've shared it as a team page a million times. I can write down to share it again too. But getting a little bit knowledgeable about Shakeology, and what I mean by that, I don't mean like memorizing all of the ingredients that are in it or all of the superfoods or what they actually do, right? But just having a little bit of a base of knowledge of what a potent shake this is, that it's a nutrient-dense health shake, not just a protein shake, right? And one of the easiest way to explain this without having to drop like knowledge bombs of what's in it is in this video, she explains that you would have to eat 27,000 calories of whole food a day to get what your body needs nutrition-wise because of the way food is grown and processed right now. Like if you go into the grocery store, think about how many things on those shelves are just completely processed and packed with garbage, right? The majority of people in our country especially are not protein deficient, they are nutrient deficient. So that is what I tell people. I say, you are not protein deficient. You don't need a protein shake. We are nutrient deficient. We need nutrients, right? And Shakeology is one of the easiest ways to ensure that you are filling the gaps that you are not getting from food with a shake every day that ensures you are getting absolutely everything your body needs to feel and function its best. And when you explain it like that, it's a little bit different. And people are like, okay, I get it, right? Like, I get it. And so I explain what it replaced for me. If you've noticed that your cravings went down, if you've noticed that your energy's gone up, you've gotten more regular, your immunity has been boosted, whatever it is, but like sprinkle in that little bit of a knowledge of your story and your testimonial with it, with the, nugget of the difference in this. And a lot of times that will help people understand. And if I have someone who's like really anti trying it, I always suggest try it for a month. Hey, buddy.
Sorry. He's still up, and here we are.
Oh my goodness. I always suggest trying it for 1 month. Try it for 1 month. You're not committed to it for life, right? Give it a week to 2 weeks to see how you feel, the difference you feel drinking it, and then you decide if it's something you want to continue or not. And guarantee you, once people have been drinking it for 2 weeks and they feel the benefits of it, they don't want to stop. They become a believer, right? Because I don't know about you, but I noticed a difference in like 4 days. I was like, holy God, what is in this thing? Like, I feel better than I've felt in 5 years. So I always just kindly suggest try it for the first month. You're making a lot of changes with your fitness and nutrition. This is a great thing to kind of add in to get your energy up, to help you push through your workouts, to help you stay on track with the nutrition plan as you adjust, and then you can decide if it works for you or not. And that's always a win in my department, 99% of the time.
Yeah, and just my little comment about sprinkling in IG stories, like literally one line, like know your ingredients, and then like, okay, how does that help you in your life? Like my energy booster, my digestion aid, or whatever it's doing for you. Like the curiosity marketing, like you're talking about the effects of Shakeology in your IG story in like one little like line blooper, not blooper, what, like word, phrase, whatever, to just kind of like create that curiosity. Like, what's she drinking? Like I did a poll the other day, like, did you have your superfoods today? And the answers were yes and huh. And I had some people say huh, and I just had to reach out like, it's my superfoods, it's my Shakeology, or, you know, whatever, and it starts conversation. Ben is going crazy. I am going to have to get off to get him to bed.
I need to go. I have work to do.
Yes. But yeah, we'll kind of know about how awesome these conversations get, and we'll be sure to keep more time for that as we move on and we do these calls more frequently on Wednesday nights.
I was going to say, I think next week we should just do an open setting, all of the questions.
Yes. All right, my friends, thanks for joining us tonight. Get up and rock Transform 20 tomorrow again. You guys are killing it, and the energy is up. So obviously reach out to us at any time if you have unanswered questions, or go live in the team page. We're happy to answer. See you guys. Good night. Thanks, Dana.
Bye, ladies.